Do the numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
That's $100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
This is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media and this.
Floyd Mayweather built a reputation as one of the highest earning athletes in boxing history, with estimates placing his career earnings well into the hundreds of millions of dollars. Recently, however, rumors and online reports have reignited speculation about his financial situation. Despite continuing to showcase private jets, luxury homes, and expensive jewelry on social media, claims have circulated that mounting legal costs, costly investments, and lavish spending may have placed pressure on his finances. While these reports remain the subject of debate, they have once again sparked widespread discussion about the true state of Mayweather's wealth.
Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation.
For years, Mayweather represented the ultimate symbol of financial success in sports. Huge purses from blockbuster fights, endorsement opportunities, exhibition events, and public appearances generated extraordinary income throughout his career. At the same time, he became equally famous for displaying an extravagant lifestyle filled with luxury cars, private aircraft, designer jewelry, and multi-million-dollar purchases. His image as Money Mayweather became inseparable from his identity, but critics argue that maintaining such an expensive lifestyle inevitably raises questions about long-term financial sustainability.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least $400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like $100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
Close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying? You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
all right, let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world.
Many of boxing's biggest paydays carry Mayweather's name. His historic fight with Manny Pacquiao reportedly generated one of the largest purses the sport has ever seen, while his crossover event against Conor McGregor produced another enormous financial windfall. Those events cemented his place among the world's highest paid athletes. Beyond the ring, however, Mayweather also became known for extravagant spending habits, including luxury vacations, private flights, lavish celebrations, and high-stakes gambling. Supporters view it as enjoying the rewards of success, while critics argue that such spending can become difficult to sustain over time.
The highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down to Las Vegas.
Questions surrounding Mayweather's finances have also been fueled by various legal disputes and business ventures over the years. In 2022, his name became associated with litigation connected to cryptocurrency promotions, although that particular case was later dismissed. More recently, he has also faced other legal matters unrelated to boxing. While lawsuits do not establish wrongdoing on their own, they often bring additional attention to an athlete's business decisions and can create significant financial and reputational challenges regardless of the final outcome.
I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know.
Joe Rogan has previously spoken about the importance of tax planning for high-profile athletes, using successful sports figures as examples of how quickly financial problems can develop when obligations aren't managed carefully. He has repeatedly emphasized that wealth alone doesn't eliminate the consequences of tax issues, and that even multimillionaires can face serious complications if those responsibilities are neglected. His broader point was that maintaining financial discipline is just as important outside the ring as discipline inside it.
Plus $1 million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
it's
pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
The comparison many people immediately make is Mike Tyson. Tyson earned enormous sums during his legendary career before later experiencing severe financial difficulties. His lavish lifestyle, expensive purchases, and costly personal decisions became well known long after his boxing career peaked. Because of those similarities, some observers have questioned whether Mayweather could eventually face comparable challenges if spending consistently outpaces long-term financial planning.
It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I am fresh off watching episode 1 of the All Access of the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Now, a lot of people may have gotten a lot of things from watching that episode. You know, it was real flamboyant. We seen Floyd Mayweather tossing his money around as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada yada yada, it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality, you know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. They're something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching the sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves.
Ironically, Mayweather has often spoken publicly about investing and creating wealth beyond boxing, frequently discussing real estate and business opportunities. Inside the ring, his discipline, defensive brilliance, and unmatched ring IQ helped produce one of the greatest careers in boxing history, finishing undefeated against elite competition. Outside boxing, however, critics argue that managing investments requires a different set of skills. They believe success in competition doesn't automatically guarantee success in business, making financial decision-making just as important as athletic ability.
To see when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. He became the villain.
Even Jeff Mayweather has occasionally questioned some of Floyd's business decisions in interviews. He has suggested that certain investments appear difficult to understand from the outside, and acknowledged that real estate, despite its potential rewards, can also involve enormous financial risks when approached aggressively. His comments added another perspective to the ongoing debate about how Floyd manages his wealth.
Like I said, I mean, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on with him. I know he's doing things that, you know, to better his life, like, you know, buying homes and buying, you know, different things. And so, I mean, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I mean, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
I know that KSI's team.
And one of the biggest talking points surrounding Mayweather's finances has been his previous tax disputes with the IRS. Public records have shown that he has dealt with tax obligations in the past, leading to widespread media attention. Financial experts often point out that unresolved tax matters can become increasingly costly if they aren't addressed promptly, making them one of the biggest concerns for high-income earners.
At least that fact reporting. You guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that.
Mayweather later responded to some of that speculation by publicly stating that he had paid approximately $26 million to the IRS. While some supporters viewed the payment as evidence that he had resolved the issue, others continued questioning whether it represented the full balance or simply one portion of a larger obligation. As a result, public debate surrounding his financial situation continued even after the announcement.
On Instagram, $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, I mean, $26 million.
Then just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right? How was Christmas for your kids? Oh, you're Jewish? Convert just for...
Despite ongoing speculation, Mayweather has continued making headlines with ambitious business claims. He recently stated that he invested roughly $402 million into Manhattan real estate through the purchase of dozens of buildings using his own capital and without outside partners. Those comments immediately attracted attention, although some analysts and observers questioned the scale of the investment and called for greater transparency regarding the details.
This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that This purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future.
Rather than putting the rumors to rest, those statements generated even more discussion. Some people interpreted the reported investments as evidence of confidence in his financial position, while others wondered whether expanding so aggressively could expose him to greater financial risk. Regardless of which interpretation proves accurate, Mayweather's luxury lifestyle remains impossible to ignore. Expensive watches, custom jewelry, luxury vehicles, and designer fashion continue to be regular features of his public image, fueling ongoing conversations about the balance between wealth and long-term financial planning.
Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand.
One recent appearance that drew significant attention involved Mayweather traveling through Mexico in an armored military-style vehicle. The unusual display quickly spread across social media, with many viewing it as another example of his larger-than-life personality. Supporters saw it as entertainment and branding, while critics argued it reflected an ongoing desire to create headlines through increasingly extravagant public appearances.
You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so he's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes
we
say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved
that's
up.
A fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion. And I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out, like whatever the tab is. You know, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem.
His famous watch collection has also remained a major topic of discussion. Worth millions of dollars by many estimates, the collection regularly appears across his social media accounts, featuring rare diamond-encrusted timepieces and other luxury watches. Fans often admire the collection as a symbol of his success, while some financial analysts note that luxury collectibles don't always provide the same long-term investment potential as other assets.
3 cases, and they're all full with watches. So when I travel, I like to take, you know, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Ali & Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Ali & Co. As you can see, Ali & Co. Now, Let's talk about watches. Let's talk about jewelry. Let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course. Just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're gonna go here first. And of course the company is Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys.
That's all for today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.